Ranking JoJo parts. Okay, so today we're gonna rank JoJo parts. This is my opinion. So if you disagree, then it's fine. It's fine. I know a lot of people have different opinions when it comes to JoJo parts because, different people have different parts that they like. So yeah, to clarify, I'm an anime only, so we're just gonna put part 8 here and part 7 here. Even though it's first episode released and I really, really liked it, and deadass, I think it's like the best first episode of an anime ever, I don't think I can fairly judge. So we're just gonna base it on parts 1 to 6. So first off, we're just gonna do on order. Okay, so first off is gonna be part 1. Part 1, honestly, I think B tier. So before I'm gonna uh rank the criteria in which I'm going to grade all of these. So I'm first gonna be grading on obviously how much I liked it personally, the characters, and how well thought of the storyline was. And for me, I think this is either C or B tier. Also, by the way, I'm excluding how good the openings were because Sonachino Sarame is so fucking fire. So that if this was an opening only thing, this would be like A tier. But storyline wise, I can't find myself ranking part one above B. I think it's a high C because I think it's one of those JoJo parts where you only appreciate once you get to the later parts because honestly on its own it's not really that special. Some like typical 1980 shonen anime type shit, but like once you get to the later parts, whereas they're like part two where Hamon is more, you know, fleshed out, and part three when you see Josephine Hamon and the Joestar bloodline being more developed, like you get to appreciate what part one is. But just by itself, I think high C or low B, but for now I'll put in low B because it sets the foundation for every other part after it, excluding part. Yeah, every single part is fucking based on part one. What am I fucking saying? Next is gonna be part two, Instant A tier. Instant A tier. I didn't think I would actually like this part so much, but in hindsight, is one of the more enjoyable parts I actually um, watched of JoJo's. First of all, opening's fire. Bloody Stream is my favorite opening of JoJo of all time. But just how funny the characters are. I think this is the most comedic JoJo, other than part four. I feel, because I think Joseph in itself is like a joke character. He's a very comedic character, unlike all the other characters. We have stoic like Jotaro here. We have I don't even know how to describe Josuke. Giorno's just kind of gay and fucking Julian's kind of rebellious type shit. But I think main character wise, I I love Joseph the most. I think he's my favorite main character. And Caesar as a supporting character is so fucking fire. The way okay, obviously JoJo spoilers, um the way Caesar died, honestly to this day is one of the most impactful JoJo deaths. The way he got out after trying to kill Wamu like that, bro, that's fire, bro. And I really like his powers. Like Bubble Hamon in itself and the final attack he used on Wamu is so creative. I really liked how they expanded on Hamon from JoJo 1 and just made it into their own power system and just fleshed it out. So there's like different types of Hamon. Not different types of Hamon, but you get what I mean. Like it gets just like a regular glow, yellow lightning type shit, and then it goes to like bubble shit or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Villain wise though, obviously I think part one is Dio, but Dio was not fleshed out that much in part one, which is like the stereotypical anime villain. We only see the best of Dio, I feel, in part three. Part two villain, Cars, I feel personally is the weakest part of part two. The villains. I don't get me wrong, I love the Pillar Men. I love the theme of the Pillarmen. I love the concept of the Pillarmen. But compared to Yoshikage Kira, uh, Dio in Part 3, Pucci, and even Diavolo, like, I feel like Cars is not that much of an iconic villain in that sense. So, yeah, I think that's the weakest part of Part 2. But otherwise, great part, great continuation to Part 1. Uh, up until my favorite part, and obviously I'm gonna be biased, is part three. Part three, Instant S tier. This is my favorite part of all time. Um, there's a lot of criticisms for it being very boring up until the latest, like the last part of the saga, like which is Jotaro vs. Dio, which is honestly one of the best arcs in anime of all time. But I'm not even getting to that. I'm just going to say I don't I don't really find how the other people criticize this part for being boring during the 50 days of adventuring, just touring Egypt and fighting like the rogue gallery of this part, but I actually found it super comedic. I found it super funny. I found it super, like engaging. I don't know. I actually don't know why a lot of people just don't like this part more. Obviously, I feel like the day-to-day adventures of part 4 triumphs part 3, but I just feel the final saga of part 3 just is so good. It's the best of what JoJo can offer for me. So yeah, I and not to mention part 3, like it has the most iconic characters and it introduced a whole new power system while still incorporating Hamon. It it introduced stands, fucking Star Platinum, Hierophant Green. Not to mention my favorite Joe Bro, fucking Polnareff. Oh, Polnareff is so fucking sick, dude. And I'm like an edgy motherfucker, so okay, I'm fucking bleeping that out. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Basically, I like character deaths. I really like character deaths. And I like how they impact the story. So I really like this part because I feel that they handled character deaths way better than part 5. Each of the main cast's character deaths were so much more impactful than I feel like later on deaths like Narantia. Except Bruno. Bruno and Bruno's death was actually pretty nice. Like, as in, it was very impactful. But other than that, like, yeah, and the white guys. I forgot what his fucking name is. I'm not fucking larping. I don't know, but yeah, but like, what I'm saying is they handled the deaths way better than part 5. Like Iggy's death was actually my favorite out of all of the part 3 deaths. Yeah, Iggy's death was my favorite. Porn, Avdol's death, I feel they could have handled it a bit better with like the fake deaths and how some people would like to argue that Avdol's death was especially more impactful because of how sudden he just went out without any fucking last words, and then you just see the apparition of him and Iggy. But like, I really think he should have gotten some words in there, just to have that last say. Cause I don't know, it felt too sudden for me as a watcher. Yeah. Uh, and Kakyoin's this was honestly perfect. But again, I think Kakyoin's a bit flawed as a character as well, maybe, because I feel like there's no point to his character other than to just make Jotaro um just to be Jotaro's best friend who dies in the final end of the saga, and Jotaro's all fucking mad and shit. Yeah, and also you also see Joseph again in this part, which is always a plus, and we get to see like the Joestar family bloodline. And not to mention Dio in this part is just the best. It's just the pure incarnation of evil, bro. Not some cheesy bullshit. Okay, let's get to part 4. Instant S tier. Either high A or instant S tier. This is like either. I know part 3 is like my favorite, and it's always been my favorite. But part 4 is such a close second. It's very very hard because okay, I I I really like the character deaths of part 3, but part 4 does not have any character deaths at all apart from Shigechi and like that fucking random girl who died to Yoshikage Kira. But but the day-to-day adventures, the comedy, I'd say just it's a bit more slice of lifey. And I feel we see a lot more character growth as well with Koichi and shit. Like I think I think the stand designs as well got a lot better in part 4. Like we see Araki's style of drawing stands become more fleshed out. Like you can see in Act 3, which is my favorite stand of all time. But yeah, part 4 is definitely a close second. Honestly, I don't blame you if this is first. Like this is honestly interchangeable. Yeah, I used to be very stuck on part 3 being the best part, but on hindsight, this is such a close second. Such a close second. On to the characters now. Part 4. Oku. I think as a Jobro, Okuyasu is kind of weak, bro. It's just he kind of has no other personality, just being a dumb friend of Josuke's. But that in itself has a charm. But yeah, I think Okuyasu is like one of the weakest Jobros because it's kind of boring just to be dumb, you know. Josuke, very cool character. I don't like how he's conceived because why'd they make my boy Joseph cheat like that though? Like I don't think he's the type of person to do that, honestly. But I don't blame. It's not that I don't blame Araki. It's just like it's a bit out of character, and I think Araki just reached so he can just make Josuke a thing. But other than how he's conceived, I really like Josuke as a character. He's a bit bland. I can't lie, but I really like that like the angry archetype. You know that Japanese '90s haircut. It's very unique. I really like it. I also like Jotaro's design here. I really liked how he matured up. Uh, and other than that, I also like the art style change. The art style change was it went to the more macho, humongousaur, fucking full on muscle, abs, art style part 3 to more more realistic and more actual soft features of part 4, which is really cool. And Yoshikage Akira is just a beast, bro. Honestly, such a cool villain. Made it so interesting how the way he fucking switched bodies. And Killer Queen is such a cool stand. Such a fucking cool stand. Yeah. Part 5. Now hear me out. Hear me out. C. C tier, bro. I I think okay. I think I'm doing a disservice to part 5 because I'm ranking it below part 1. Okay, this is a ranking based on just the part itself, not because of how significant it is to the other parts. So I have to rank it below part 5. I have to. This is just it's a fucking 8 episode storyline, dude. I can't. I actually enjoyed part 5. I really did. But I don't know. Something to me was just I don't know, man. Something about part 5. Firstly, I really don't like how they handled Fugo. Just having one of the main cast leave up and leave like that. Just imagine if one of the fucking Joe Bros in part 3 or part 4, like imagine if Polnareff, not Polnareff, sorry, he's too significant I feel for Fugo's thing. But okay, imagine if like, yeah, imagine if Avdol just up and leaves the gang, like just says, sorry, I'm a pussy, I don't want to fight Dio. That feels so fucking weird, dude. Like all these guys here are supposed to have undying loyalty to Bruno. And having Fugo up and leave like that when we were introduced to him, like being like to the squad as some sort of like they all have undying loyalty towards Bruno like that, and we just see him fucking up and leave. Bro, even yeah, one of my friends said even Trisha stayed. I mean, I know that she didn't really have a choice, but the fact that Trisha stayed and Fugo left is just weird to me. Honestly, it's weird. And the other one, I don't really like they handled characters. I don't really feel impacted. I feel I don't I feel part 3 handled characters way better. Um, I don't know. Naranja's death didn't really fucking impact me in any way. Abakio's honestly was pretty nice. I really like Abakio's death, and Bruno's death was actually pretty nice too. I don't know. It just feels a bit empty this part. I like Requiem stands. I like the overall stands here. I also think in the terms of okay comparing villain wise, Diavo does not hold a candle to Dio Dio, and Kira. No way in hell. No way in hell. Just doesn't it. And Bruno, I feel is also kind of a bland main character. Just wants to become a mafia boss. This might be a hot take. It actually might be a hot take. But I think a few pros of part five itself is the stand designs. I really like stand designs of part five a lot. I think more than part three and maybe as good as part four because I think they share a bit of the same body design, but part four is just a bit more bulky because it's a transition stage between part three and part five. I really like I really like Fugo Stand. Purple Haze was so misused, bro. So misused. Sticky Fingers also really cool. Six Pistols was one of the first stands that didn't really have like some sort of humanoid character. But you get okay, not sort of humanoid, but like because we see like other non-humanoid stands here, but you know, actually never mind. There's like the Green Army shit. Never mind. But yeah, I like Part Five's stand design a lot. But yeah, Part Five B tier for me. Not really that good. Where's Stone Ocean? Do I make this? Okay, personally, I'm just gonna say I really didn't enjoy. This is above the top three here. This is not sorry, not above. This is below top three. 100%. There is no way in hell it's better than part two, part three, or part four. But is it better than part five? I'd. I like Pucci more as a villain in Diavolo. I really do, and I really love. Some people find it bullshitty the fact that um, Pucci can just change stands from White Snake to Sea Moon to Made in Heaven, but I really don't care. Those stands are cool as fuck, dude. Julian is a character I like more than Giorno, but Joe, bro, wise. Bro, you can't go wrong with Mista, bro. Mista's such an underrated Joe, bro, and I can't name a single Joe, bro, that's as substantial to like the main cast here other than Fugu, because Fugu left. Like FF, Hermes, fucking I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, villain, villain and main character wise, part six. But supporting character, part part five. Stand design, honestly, part five. Bro, this is actually surprisingly hard. It's a battle of the low tiers, bro. Okay, let's just go to this fucking storyline, bro. Let's just compare storylines. Um, I have a distaste for part five, bro. I don't know why. It hurts seeing part six below part five, but I think I really did enjoy part five more than part six. Okay, just okay. I'm ranking part five above part six, but just to let you know, this is obviously interchangeable, 100% interchangeable. So yeah, um, part eight, part seven. Considering how much my friends glaze this shit might be like above everything else. Like I wouldn't be surprised, cause the first episode was that fucking good, bro. Part eight, I think it's just gonna be another C or B tier. I don't know. I know a bit of it from like manga spoilers and shit, but it's like okay. Compared to part seven, it just seems such a drop off. I'm saying this. I'm low key larping, but I just you hear so much glaze about part seven, but you don't hear about shit about part eight. So I don't know. There's a drop off there. But prediction. This is somewhere in S tier. Just gonna put it below three for now. For now, I'm I have hope that this will be like better. But yeah, I think this would be I think here, here, like middle of B. Actually, bottom of B. I don't know if I'll enjoy that part that much. Boom. This is my final tier list. Yeah.